react if I told you can increase your muscle size and your muscle strength by up to 318%? I guess you'd say I've lost it, but I haven't. Arnold Schwarzenegger knew this, and this is what he used all the way up to Mr. Olympia. Stretching is so important, and it plays a huge part in building muscle. In this video, I'm going to give you the top tips on stretching, not just your normal stretches, but isometric stretching, and it's going to change your workouts completely, and we're going to start right now. Hello everybody, Jason Davis here at Body Remastered. This video is all about length is strength, and there's an equivalent blog article at www.bodyremastered.com, and I'm so glad to be talking about this today because it's so important and we forget to include it within our workouts. Isometric stretching is absolutely key, not just for muscle growth, but also for your longevity of your joints and just making sure you can be in this game for longer and doing the things you love in terms of working out. Isometric stretching is a type of static stretching which involves resistance. So there's no motion involved, there's no contraction. So you're probably thinking, how on earth can I build muscle from it? But actually, if you hold something steady under resistance, you'll soon find the stretching that it causes, and the difficulty is to hold that position under resistance, and so therefore it's great at building muscle and really strengthening the muscle fibers that you need to improve in your performance. I'm about to give you some 5 top reasons why you would do stretching, and I'm also going to give you some top exercises that you can incorporate isometric stretching in. Before we go any further, if you're new here and you really want to build, strengthen and tone, and that's the mission here at Body Remastered, then don't forget to subscribe because we're always coming out with new videos. I don't want you to miss a thing. So, why should you incorporate isometric stretching? Number 1, it increases your flexibility, which basically means your muscle will move further, which in turn will help you build more muscle and create more tiny fiber tears, which is what you need to build muscle. Secondly, it will improve posture, which will allow you to get more out of the angle at which you're pushing that heavy weight, which decrease the stress of the ligaments which hold the joints of the spine together. This next reason is one of my favourites. It increases the range of motion. If you can hold and carry out a contraction for a longer part of that overall muscle length, then the more of the muscle you're going to burn and actual cause contraction and therefore build. It will create micro tears along the whole profile of the muscle. By carrying out isometric stretches, you are going to increase blood flow to that muscle area. And this is the 4th point, and it's so important to include that because you want the nutrients to be rushing in during a workout and after a workout, which is absolutely key. And that's a great part of the isometric stretching. It's going to aid recovery, and recovery is going to mean you're going to build more muscle and you're going to improve your strength for your next workout. And the final main benefit I want to mention is that it will lengthen the muscle. If you lengthen the muscle, you will get stronger because you'll cause more micro tears. Isometric stretching is a great way to break plateaus. If you're stuck at a certain point, a certain weight, a certain repetition level, try to incorporate isometric stretching. It doesn't require any equipment. You can do it at your home, in your living room, in the comfort of your own garden, or any way you want. And don't think that it's just because it doesn't involve equipment that it's easy. Isometric stretching is definitely difficult. And you can use your own body weight as part of the resistance. And you can even increase that complexity by adding resistance weights as well as part of the isometric stretch. So let's talk about some of the best isometric stretches you can incorporate in your workouts right away. At Body Remastered, we're going to talk about some of the best ones that really create muscle activation, which is what you want during your workout. Let's start with the first. So one of the first, guys, is absolutely, without question, the deadlift. Or in fact, lifting anything from the ground. Anytime you're lifting from the ground in a safe way, you are activating the whole posterior chain. From your back, to your hamstrings, to your glutes. It's absolutely key for your whole posterior chain. Not to mention, nearly all the muscles are activated as well. Why not next time at the end of your deadlift workout or Romanian deadlift workout, include a static hold for 30 to 60 seconds. Now if you're new to isometric stretching, don't even think about 60 seconds, just try 10 seconds and try and increase that maybe up to 5 seconds each time to get better and better. The great thing about lifting something on the ground is that you can do it safely, because ultimately when you're in an isometric stretch and you're holding it there is another important factor, and that's called grip strength. And sometimes you lose grip before you actually no longer strong enough to hold the weight. But there's a lot of different ways you can improve grip strength. But what's important here is that anything you lift in the ground, ultimately you can put it back down quite safely, as long as you make sure that you have adequate footwear. But again, hold it there for as long as you can. It's going to be painful, you're going to feel the burn, but it's a great way to finish that overall set. Also, I should mention, grip strength is a great biomarker for overall health. I mentioned this in many blogs. If you go to www.bodyremastered.com, grip strength has a great correlation with your overall health, cardiovascular health, you name it. So, if you carry out the isometric stretches, not only are you improving your muscle activation and your strength, you'll also be improving your grip strength, because you're holding it there and you've got to hold it. So that will have tremendous advantages to your overall health, and who doesn't want that? Okay, next one, guys, and you've probably tried this, things like on the wall sitting and things like that, but is the front squats under resistance. And you can try a goblet squat, you can try a front squat with a barbell, and I'll show you in a second, but they are absolutely great. Sit in that squatting position with the weight and hold it there at the end of that set. Your legs will be falling off by the end of it. Again, make sure you're in a comfortable position so that when you do give way and you can no longer hold the weight, you're relieving that weight in a safe way. My next great one to incorporate is the chest press. Doesn't matter if you're doing an incline, flat bench press, or even a decline press. At the end of the repetitions, maybe the last repetition of each set, incorporate a hold for 10 to 30 seconds or even more if you can, and improve that. Your chest fibers will really be stretched in an elongated position under resistance, and that will cause muscle growth. I can't emphasize this anymore. Give it a try, and don't forget to incorporate it. So guys, there's some top examples of the best exercises, but there's absolutely loads. So I want to send you to www.bodyremastered.com, and if you subscribe to Remastered Unlocked, completely free, you'll see a PDF download. You can straight away today, so you can look at them during your workouts and see which one will work for you. I'll give you some free resources, pictures of different isometric stretches that are great for building muscle and building strength. So everybody, that's it. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. My name's Jason Davies. Tell me how those isometric stretches go. Other than that, I'll speak to you again soon.